Hello, David Stokes here with DW Pro Lights, and I would like to show you how to customize your own extension cord. This is how the pros do it. So you take your male plug, it's a slide-on plug that has a little wedge on the back, and then you have your cord, and then you can cut this cord to whatever length you would like. On this cord there is a rib side and then also a smooth side. So the rib side is for the negative, and then the smooth side is for positive. Then here on the plug, the wide blade, that's negative. The narrow blade is positive. So all you have to do is just line it up with the little vampire teeth that's on the plug. So this is the wide blade, and that's the vampire tooth. And so I will put the rib side on the right side. So I'll just slide this right here. Here's my wedge, and that just slides right on the back side, and I'll slide that in. So now I've attached my plug without any splicing. There's no wire nuts, no electrical tape, and this right here is a nice and secure plug. Now let's go for the end of the cord. So here's the other end, and I will take the end female plug and do the same thing. This right here is the wide slot. This is the narrow slot, so the wide slot is negative. So I've got my ribbed side there. There's my vampire tooth. It's going to be on the left hand side. And so I will just slide that right in. And then take my wedge and slide that on. There it is. So that's connected. So I've got my male to be able to begin the extension cord. I've got my female to be able to end the cord with. And let's go ahead and add another female along the strand. So I will take the inline female and I will attach it anywhere along the cord. Oh, let's see. Let's do it right there. I'm going to get my wide slot. It's got the vampire tooth there on the left side. So I want to make sure my ribbed side of the cord is on the left side, and I'm going to take the wedge and slide it right on. And there we go. So that right there is connected. I've got my male, female inline, and female end, and I can add as many of these females along the cord as I'd want. So if you want to split off and light some bushes or light your pathway or go up on the roof to light your C9s, these cords make it great to customize it so that you can have a low profile but also get your power where you need it. So it's great for LED lights to go around your house. So thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you next time. Alright, so I've showed you how to customize your extension cord by using a male plug, a female inline, and then also a female end. And now I'd like to show you how to customize your socket cord. So I've got some C9 socket cord here. This right here is a standard plug that's already on this 25 footer. And so I've got my male plug. Let's just say that we're on the roof line and we've gone 80 feet. And you've got a 100-foot stringer of C9 socket cord. So now you want to cut it at 80 feet. So you're up on the roof line, you got your sockets here, and so let's say that right here is 80 feet. And so now I'm going to go ahead and cut this cord. So I'll take my cutters, snip it off. Now I've got two options here. I can either tape this off with electrical tape, so you just fold this over and tape it with some electrical tape, or you can add a plug onto it to be able to keep on going with your customized extension cord. So let's go ahead and add a female plug. So I've got my female inline here, and so it's kind of the same steps that you would do on the lamp cord as you would on the socket cord, because it's the exact same cord, it's just got sockets already built onto it. So here's my female end plug, and so I want to line the negative with the ribbed side. So there is the wide slot, and that's got the vampire tooth on the left side. So I will slide this in and then take my wedge and slide that right on the back side. And that slides right on, and so now I've got me a plug here. And so then I can plug in anything that I want to on the end of this right here. Alright, so I've got my customized socket cord. Here's the plug that comes with it, and then I went 80 feet, and here is the end plug that I attached to it. Now I'm ready to add another female plug along the socket cord line, because I want to light a wreath. And so instead of having to run another extension cord, I can just Y off of this cord here by adding a female plug. So I've got my wide slot there, and I'm gonna line that up with the vampire tooth. So the wide slot always goes to the rib side. And so then I'll take my wedge and slide this right on. And now I am ready to run a cord down to my wreath. And so these right here are really easy to be able to add on, to be able to get power wherever you need it, especially whenever you're using LED lights, because LED lights take hardly any power, and so I don't have to worry about overloading this cord. Alright, so we've got our socket cord customized to whatever length we'd want it. We have added a female plug along the line to be able to go down to our wreath. There might be a time to where you need to remove a C9 socket. And so say you've gone a little ways and you know the socket is not where you want it to be. So you can remove these sockets from the socket cord. So I've got some channel locks here that will make it pretty easy. And so how I do it is I try to squeeze this plug pretty close to the wire there. And so as I squeeze it, you'll see some separation that are on these sides here. And so you're gonna have to squeeze it pretty hard to be able to get that to release, and then it'll just pop right off. So let me see here. And so that right there pops right off. All right, so that's a easy way to be able to do it without damaging your cord too much. And so I've got this here, and I would just put some tape around that to be able to seal those puncture holes. And let's say that we want to move the socket over just a hair. So I'll take my replacement socket and just make sure that it's facing the right way. It doesn't matter as far as the rib side or the smooth side, just in the right direction that you want it to go. And so then I'll take my little backer, and this backer right here will just slide over the top, and then I'll just clamp that down with my channel locks. And so that right there will work the same way as a slide-on plug does. And so I'll take my channel locks and I'll just squeeze it on that side, so that's pushed it down, and then I'll go over here to the other side and that's pushed that part down. So it's really simple to be able to move a plug. You'll just need the replacement socket, because once you remove a plug from the cord, you won't be able to use that plug anymore, but you can just put another socket on there. And so that's a nice easy way to be able to replace a socket or to move a socket. Alright, so we've customized our socket cord. We've got the main plug here. We've gone around and put in an inline female, and then also we've got our end female as well. And so now that we've got the socket cord customized, we can start screwing in these bulbs. And so these right here are the C9 SMD bulbs. I've chosen warm white for this application here. So you just take and just slide these sockets right in. And the beauty of being able to have the socket cord where you have the socket cord separate from your C9 bulbs is that you can customize it. If they're pre-stranded on here, like if these bulbs come this way and they're stuck in here, usually you can't cut that cord, so you can't customize it, and that makes it pretty difficult on being able to light your roof line or your paths and stuff like that. So that's why I like to get the socket cord separate from the bulbs. That way I have that flexibility. And also if a light bulb has an issue, I can just unscrew it and replace it with another one. Obviously on these LED bulbs, they do last a really long time. So there's not really that many times that you'll need to replace a bulb. But I do like that flexibility in case I never needed to. So what I would like to do here is actually show you how to add an icicle light to this strand of C9 bulbs. So I've got these two here, and I would like to add a icicle light right here in the middle, so I can have both the C9 bulbs and then also have icicle lights hanging down from them. So I've got this icicle light here that I would like to add to this strand. Well, this has got a C7 socket is what's required for this, and so I've got those replacement sockets that I can add to it. So I want to take and add the C7 socket right in between these two bulbs. So I'm going to have the C9s going this way, and then I'll have the icicles going the opposite direction. So I'm just going to place this here, and I've got my backer, and I can take my channel locks and just slide that right on. Alright, there's that there. And then here on the other side, I'll just take and clamp that right on. Alright, so that socket right there is installed. And so now I can take my icicle light and screw that right in. So it'll look something like that. And so if you have your C9s pointing up, you can do that, or you can have it pointing down like this right here. And so I'm going to do it to where it's every 12 inches I'll have another icicle. So from here to here is 6 inches, and then from this icicle to the next icicle is 12 inches. And so that will add to a pretty cool effect. So here is my icicles that I've added to my C9 light strand. And so that right there works out pretty good to be able to have a roof line with C9s and then also have the icicle lights to be able to go below it.